getting our own seed with Vietnam leaving, I feel like in terms of the level of play, I actually prefer having Vietnam with us because it's just makes the whole region a lot better and it's just a greater challenge. But Vietnam really deserved a spot for themselves because they've really proved on the world level stage that they're a really strong region. So I feel like it makes sense for Vietnam to have their own spot. For us, I feel like with Vietnam it's just better competition.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the final day of the group stage for Globe Conquerors Manila. It's actually day 4 right now for Group B. We'll be heading into our third game, but before we talk about that, of course, we'll be introducing ourselves. I'm Arctic, with me is Chiso, and we are going to be your casters for game number 3.
Yeah, and of course, Arctic, we're headed off into this third match after that victory by Kuala Lumpur Hunters during our previous game, and they did get their revenge on Mega after their first meeting. It was Mega who came out on top, but that has been the trend for today. In our first game, it was Archangel who got the revenge on Bigatron. So if it does continue, that means that Archangel would be the victors over Mega in this next match. But I don't exactly want to talk too soon as we head to look into these standings right now.
Yeah, so looking at the standings right here, of course, a quick recap. So currently tied for first after suffering their first defeat. Mega Esports going to be a 3-1 together with the Kuala Lumpur Hunters. Of course, Bigatron Esports and Archangel are also tied at 1-3, but of course, tad bit different circumstances right here. If ever these bottom teams wish to potentially still make it to the playoffs, there's a lot riding on how these next games will go. If ever both Archangel and Bigatron Esports still wish to keep their hopes up.
Yeah, you know what, Arctic? I'm looking at the standings right now, and in an alternate universe, there could be a possibility where this ends up in a 4-way tie. That's something to think about, but yeah, it's very much looking like that Mega are the favorites for this one, but who knows, maybe Archangel can pull off an upset for this match. It did look very good in their first game, and they are fighting against a rather down Mega after that loss.
Potentially, and it's kind of different if you're going to look at it in retrospect to the standings that we had during just yesterday actually for Group A, wherein there was one clear team, Ascension Gaming, getting the clean sweep. This time it's not really the case, everybody having already suffered a defeat. So like you mentioned, if a different dynamic happens, if a 4-way tie is to be the scenario, then we're gonna have an interesting number of games after which, but it's a little bit more trickier considering that it means that both Archangel and Bigatron Esports need to win all their remaining games to be able to accomplish just that.
Yeah, it's not an easy task, but definitely a doable one if you're looking at Bigatron and Archangel. It's still anyone's game in Group B, but I think we are ready to head into pick and ban, so let's see what these teams decide to bring onto Summoner's Rift.
So let's head right into it. Of course, once again, it is the second seed of the Philippines, Archangel, versus second seed of Thailand, Mega Esports. Let's go ahead and see who will come up on top. Of course, drafting has been quite crucial in some of the games that we've seen.
Yep.
Actually, in some scenarios, like as early as drafting phase, you could already tell for some of the games that we've had which team would probably falter just based off of that. But let's see if that'll be the case for Archangel and Mega Esports. Based on what we have banned here so far, Rise as well as the Camille has been taken off the table.
Yeah, I'm expecting more bans to come out here from Archangel. What I want to see from Mega Esports is probably target both the Rakan of Rocks and the Nocturne of Nixta, or even maybe the Galio of Terror. There are actually a lot of picks that Archangel could go for on blue side, specifically since they are first pick. There is the Rakan, which Archangel did first pick in their first match. What does Archangel decide to respond with? It will be the Varus. So no Varus in this game. Now, Mega Esports have to make a choice here. If they do ban the Nocturne last, it will lock away Trevor from picking that Galio. I'm expecting a Nocturne ban here to come out from Mega Esports.
So waiting for that last pick right here. Quite a number of options, actually. I mean, we already see quite the spread. Camille has been a few times banned, a few times picked as well. But looks like it will be the Nocturne, very classic band that we've been seeing quite a bit as of this recent Globe Conquerors Manila.
I'm thinking about what Archangel are willing to first pick here. I'm feeling like this could be, depending on where their priorities at, they could go to the support route, go for a Tom Kench early against Mega Esports, just lock that pick down. It's very strong, but they will be going for the Trundle here. So you're not sure where exactly that will go. Now, Mega Esports do have options Still a lot of power picks available if they want to go for them. Kindred comes to mind for the jungle. Talia as well.
Not a bad way to go. In which case, Trundle definitely has been making a number of appearances here in this tournament. As you mentioned, Shisto, Kindred is a potential hover over for lock-in coming in from Mega Esports. We do see a quick switcheroo to Graves, though. It looks like, okay, so it looks like they do eventually decide on the Kindred, choosing between both range champions. I'd say Kindred definitely nice pickup here overall for Mega Esports.
Do we see the Shen? I was just about to say it. Do we see the Shen from what the Jess? They will be securing these 2 picks. Now, how does Archangel respond? They have a number of choices. Still haven't revealed much on their draft. It's just the Trundle. I was just also play this champion, so there's always that chance of the Trundle being a flex pick. As we get to find out once next hovers, whichever champion will be the Pyke here. So definitely going to Rocks in the bot lane. We've seen a lot of Swain Pyke lanes recently, Arctic. So if Archangel wants to go that route, that is a possibility.
Wondering if they are indeed going to go that route, though, because from what I see drafted from Mega Esports so far, there's just the Kindred and Shen alone, huge throw-offs when you're trying to estimate just how much of an amount of damage you need to burst down a target, only to be salvaged by the Stand United or the Lamb's Respite coming from the Kindred. So, interesting enough, though, looks like Archangel will go for something that hasn't been as happy in this tournament as of recent, with being the Aatrox.
Yeah, it doesn't bode well here for Archangel. Aatrox is still, I believe, 100% pick ban in this tournament. But yeah, he hasn't been exactly having the best results in game. We've seen players win on him, but not really convincingly. So I'm still not a big fan of the Aatrox particularly. But Mega will be picking the Gnar to lane against him. So we're pretty sure that the Trundle will be going to the jungle here for next time. Expecting a lot of marksman bans to come out in this second rotation. Neither Golden Feet nor Zensho have selected theirs, but Morgana will be the selection. Interesting ban of the Morgana. Consider that Archangel already have the Pyke for the support, so Aurelion Sol, interesting ban here from Archangel. Must be a pocket pick.
Yep.
From Secret. So they did the research. Pretty good.
I'm wondering what the logic is, though, behind banning the Morgana, because I guess we have seen other games in the past, even outside of Globe Conquerors Manila, wherein Pyke has been utilized in different lanes, but still, regardless, okay, so Morgana is going to be thrown out as the 5th ban coming in from Mega Esports. So, as we were kind of saying there, a little bit more expectation in wanting to take away champions from Zensho's pool in what he can bring to the table, but looks like LeBlanc will be taken away to mid-focus total for Secret right here, and Mega Esports going to be going for, wow, Kaisa, but this is interesting.
We've seen this before, Arctic. When we look back at the qualifiers for this particular event, it was the Vanguard that brought Zensho and Archangel to victory over Emperor Esports and had them qualify for Globe Conquerors Manila. So it will be the Vanguard and Pyke bot lane. But Mega Esports have locked in Yasuo for Secret.
Yep. Wow, okay, so interesting. Yasuo. This is the second Yasuo, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and the first Yasuo didn't exactly have the greatest time. You know, if you play Yasuo here in the Philippines, you're bound to either die over and over or absolutely pop off. There's no middle ground. There's no going even in Yasuo. It's either you're really bad or you're really, really good on the champion. I think that's a question on my mind right now. But for Archangel, it seems like they're going to opt to put Trevor on the Aatrox mid lane and send the Irelia top against the Gnar. So interesting lane choice here. But the thing that really stands out is that Vigar in the hands of Zensho. He's very proficient on that champion. So Golden Feet and what to just have to watch out for those event horizons. He's really good at placing that ability.
Being associated with the team that Zensho managed to just topple over with this particular I could really vouch for just how powerful he is on this champion. I'm actually kind of wondering why we didn't see him as much. Probably because of the recent changes to the patch, but I really think that he'd still be viable regardless. So I'm interested in seeing if Zensho could pull off the same zest that he managed to demonstrate on this particular champion during the qualifier stage, the local Philippine qualifier stages, leading up to the Southeast Asian qualifier for Globe Conquerors Manila. Because it really, all games across the board, there was not a single game wherein he fell under the radar when he picked this particular champion.
A really high impact on that Vagar. And if you haven't seen this before, guys, it's time for you to watch out for this, because maybe you could learn a thing or two, maybe you could play it in your own games, but
I certainly did.
Yeah, there are a lot of cheese things you could do on a Veigar. It's a very non-interactive lane. You could just farm over and over, poke your enemy laners, and then once you scale up, get all their AP, they just get surprised by this big burst of damage. And some people kind of underestimate the stun, in my opinion. It's actually very, very good. You could single out a target and isolate him from the rest of his team, and maybe you could force a flash early. So there's a lot of things, a lot of options for Archangel towards the bottom half of the map.
Really shows a lot of flexibility from Zencho. But nonetheless, before we talk about this a bit more later on as we head on to the game, as you can see, both sides, a quick review of the compositions that have been locked in. Like we mentioned, Archangel, very, very tricky circumstances for them. But nonetheless, for the last chance for the Philippines to make it into the playoffs, if you support these guys, be sure to use the hashtag ARKWin. Meanwhile, of course, Thailand looking pretty good during Group A yesterday. Can Mega Esports pull off the same? Be sure to show your support for the second seed of Thailand, hashtag MGWin.
And I do believe we are ready to hit Summoner's Rift, guys, so just see you there.
And there you have it, guys. Looks like it is game time once again. Archangel and Mega Esports going to take the stage for Game 3 right here at Globe Conquerors Manila. Who will triumph? Who will soar above the rest? We'll find out as we head on to the Rift.
You know, Arctic, the question in my mind is whether or not Mega Esports were able to watch the games that Zencho had on this Veigar. Did they do their preparations? Did they do their research? Because if they aren't ready for this pick, it'll be very difficult for them to move forward in this game.
You know what? I just realized what I said. Who will soar above the rest? And then I saw the logos of both sides.
The flying elephant.
Yeah, I mean, Archangels definitely can fly. They could soar, but I don't think I've ever seen it, unless maybe I'm going back to Disney.
Jumbo?
But yeah, exactly. But I don't know, man. Okay, I just want to get that out of my mind right now. Let's head on to what's actually happening right here, because it looks like Warlock going to get a boomerang into Nyx's face right there. But of course, not really anything significant. Nothing that particularly breaks out into bigger fights. We do see that Mega Esports drop vision towards this river.
I like the old school Disney reference, Arctic.
Yeah.
Of course, Dumbo did have those ears he used to fly. Physics don't necessarily apply to Disney characters.
Yep. Certainly doesn't on Summoner's Rift either.
Yeah. There are things you simply don't understand in this game, and I think that's one of the beautiful little things that you just appreciate about League of Legends.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. But looking at the starts right here, so both junglers starting off same side here. So as far as pathing goes, I'm wondering if there will come an instance where both junglers will meet up towards taking the same Scuttle Crab. But because look at the transitions right here. None of which are lingering towards the top side, both instantly transitioning to their second buff already.
Yeah, and we did talk about how with the Veigar and Fight bot lane, there's a lot of plays that Archangel can do towards that area of the map. And next on this Trundle, as a jungler, his ganking is very situational. You need a lot of setup from your laners, and what better setup could you ask for? There's a lot of crowd control in both the Pike and the Veigar, but Nyx is caught here. Heist has priority over this Scuttle Crab. He'll secure it for himself. Both junglers still level 2. The Ward will spot the Kindred walking up the river. He wants to go for his mark. He knows where Nyx is on the map. I feel like they're just going to be forced to give this up.
Yep, just gonna let Heisa go for a nice drive-through through the mid lane. Meanwhile, Rock's trying to land a hook onto What the Just, but What the Just no in the full range. Won't get the full reach right there, Rocks. But yeah, I'm really interested in seeing how ganks will potentially transcend towards bot lane, because given that this is a Veigar pick, there's so many ways you could get creative with the stun that he has. I mean, even if, let's say, you get a member of Mega caught in the circle, there's a lot of ways you could kind of force them into the actual stun line.
Trundle Pillar?
Yeah, Trundle Pillar's one. You could also get a pull-in through rocks. Yeah. So, a lot of ways to be creative when you're... Wow, look at Secret, though, taking so much damage. Ignite is ticking. I don't think it'll be enough, though. Luckily, it survives with a slither of health. But unfortunately, that does force a flash off of Secret. But take note, Trevor also did use both his summoners to try to force the issue.
Ooh, I nearly thought that Secret would die in that situation. There's a lot of damage from Aatrox if he's able to land all 3 Qs on top of you. Gotta really respect that if you're playing a squishy champion such as the Yasuo. Trevor though does not have both his summoners, does invite Heise to go mid lane. But speaking of inviting junglers, here comes Nixta.
Yeah, next gonna spot out Vision there though. Looks like we'll need to back away, but looks like a little bit of scuffle here towards the bot side. Golden Feet gonna flash away off of the radius of the stun, of course, forcing Zensho to need to pop both his heal and flash. So definitely gonna be tricky there, but same goes for Golden Feet. Did need to use both the cleanse as well as the flash. So this could leave room for Zensho to capitalize on that stun a second time around.
Yeah, just both carries burning their summoner spells in that regard. Of course, what the just still has is flash taunt available, so if Heise decides to go bot lane, there is that setup. He is hovering around the bot half of the map now. They're gonna spot Nixta. It seems like Nixta is pathing towards his Krugs. The ward placed by Heise will spot him out. Mega Esports can make use of this information. They're gonna go for the Ocean Drake.
A little bit of a sneaky maneuver right here. Take note, Archangel does not have any form of vision towards this riverside, so I think it's very safe to say that this will be a dragon taken away from Mega Esports without any problem whatsoever.
And it's really nice that it is an Ocean Drake. It does assist heavily during the laning phase, having that extra regen available for your team. It's only 5 minutes into the game, so having that extra sustain, definitely something that Mega Esports can be happy about.
Yeah, especially if you're going to consider all these other lanes. Not as much of a benefit toward top side or mid, I think, but definitely towards bottom, considering the spells that are going to be thrown, or abilities rather, from Zensho left and right. That's something that Golden Feet will be very much welcome to take in terms of his how long he could actually stay in lane.
Yeah, just a bit of a pull in there onto Heise. Both junk next actually taking the Scuttle Crab, so Scuttle Crab priority dropping there for Mega Esports. There's extra vision. Look at the wards placed around the bot half of the map for Archangel. They know that Zensho does not have his flash available, so he might be a target for a gank, but I'm looking at the minimap and they're gonna see every gank arrive in this lane. They're gonna basically see everything.
Yeah, interesting. I like how both sides have really been on top of vision. I think there were some games at Archangel where we did have problems with their vision control, which eventually led for a lot of opportunities for their enemies to go for sets onto them where they least expected. But looks like a little bit of a go in there onto Warlock. Has to be careful though. Was only level 5 when he tried to initiate, but looks like he'll be okay. Level 6 as well. Heise, a few shenanigans. Next, take note, very, very low on health right here. Gonna get caught out by that Kindred, and first blood will indeed go to Mega Esports.
And next at the wrong place at the wrong time. Heise just gonna hop out. He felt like Ivalice was already there to collapse, but Nixta unfortunately gets caught by the Kindred. Did he give a stack over to Heise, but of course the stacks on the Kindred very important early if you're able to gain a lot of range this early.
Interesting drop on the control ward though, because it did give information to Mega Esports that Ivalice did try to get a clear onto it, but of course with Warlock, numbers of course were in Mega Esports' advantage, so easily stopped the take of the control ward. Of course, with vision on that blue buff as well, made for an easy steal. So Nixta gonna have to revert to just taking that red buff towards bot side instead.
Yeah, where does Nixta decide to go with this? He's not having the highest impact on the map as the Trundle. Normally against a Kindred matchup, you should have priority when it comes to ganking early because most Kindreds will just stick to farming. He's in a bit of trouble here. He does have the support of both Rox and Trevor. Really aggressive invade by Nixta, but this is the side of the map that he wants to invade on. This is the side that he has priority on. Both the members of ARK, you could easily help him if he does get into trouble. Now, where does the blue buff go? Prefer it to go to Nixta since he did get his own denied.
Yeah, looks like won't be passed over to Zensho just yet. Just gonna allow Nixta that extra room as a little bit of a fallback earlier from that first blood that was gotten onto him by Heise. But
This
looks
is
like
a dive.
I'm wondering, 3 members of Mega Esports are committed towards this top side. Secret gonna prevent any form of a set right there. Iveless diving straight in onto Heise. Trevor tries to walk his way up there, but still a little bit too late for the party. What the Jess takes initially quite a bit of damage right there, but 4 members of Mega Esports are joining in for the fray towards top side. And man, yet another kill though for Mega Esports.
Yeah, easy setup there for Mega Esports. Even though they didn't have the Mega Gnar available from Warlock, there was a Shen ultimate to help them tank the tower. Ivalice goes down, but luckily he didn't burn his flash in an interesting way. But Zencho actually has Predator. He's running down Golden Feet.
Almost a stun right there. Golden Feet, fancy footwork, just gonna dodge away. Take note, both summoners are up for Golden Feet already, so unless he actually finds himself in the midst of the stun, we'll have to force both a cleanse and potentially a flash as well to get away from a set from Rox and Zensho.
That's a good use of the Killer Instinct by Golden Feet. I feel like that's one Kaisa mechanic that most players don't do, where they don't use it to just short dash to reposition when they get in trouble. Normally you'd see they just dive in from long range, but that is one of the things you could do with her ultimate.
Oh, meanwhile, towards this top side here, has been a little bit more chill, except for that 4-man maneuver from Mega Esports earlier. But nonetheless, it's definitely been a slower build up here for Archangel in comparison to Mega Esports, who's definitely been pulling a lot more stops here. We're yet to see Archangel try to go for something as a fuller unit.
Yeah, all of the moves during this early phase arctic have been conducted by Mega Esports. Speaking of moves, here comes a stun.
A little bit of a trade-off right there. Taking out Ivalice is a level down. Looks like gonna get a few auto attacks here and there from Warlock. Gonna get pincered in by Heise as well. Auto attacks are coming in left and right, but luckily flashes up for Ivalice. Nixa gonna slow down the progress of that Kindred. Lancer's Fight will come up. Trevor joins the fray as well. Gonna keep that Gnar away, and that's gonna be the kill. Eventually go into Nixa.
Yeah, good move there by Archangel. Of course, no stand unit available means that there's no global pressure on the side of Mega Esports. A bit of over-aggression there by Heise. Didn't respect Nixa being in that part of the map. Trevor as well, just to help secure the kill, but good job there by Archangel. The kill did go over to Nixa, so he has a bit more priority on this Trundle.
Yeah, looks like, I'm wondering, are they going to try to go for round 2 onto Warlock? So Warlock actually going to get chomped around, try to get slung. Ivalice going to try to give chase. Pillar will come in, jump away from Warlock. No further pursuit from Archangel, but take note, Heise is in the vicinity, and Nick's still looking very low. He needs to make it out of here. Gonna try to speed his way, flashes over the wall, and looks like things aren't done just yet. Yasuo is making his way. Luckily, Archangel are gonna go the different route here. We'll go for turret instead of going the long way down in their own jungle, and luckily, both make it out alive.
Yeah, interesting stuff there. I like that Archangel decided to call it off. Cleanse gonna be burned by Golden Feet, but yeah, going back, I like that Archangel decided to call off the dive because they saw the respawn from Heise and that he would immediately run topside, seeing that Warlock was being chased down.
That was dangerous in a way. Had Archangel overstayed their welcome for a second or two more, that could have meant potential death onto Nexus just because of how low he was. But meanwhile, Rox getting the pull in onto Golden Feet. Might need to walk the long way out through the tri-brush after kind of getting separated from Zensho. Take note, Zensho is very low on mana, so there wouldn't really have been much of a trade-off there had Archangel pressed the issue towards that bot lane. It would have been an advantage for Golden Feet and What the Jess. But Heise, take note, going for this Rift Herald. Sneaky.
Yeah, Shuttle Crab being taken as well. Archangel don't have any idea of this Rift Herald, so it will go over to Mega Esports. Question is whether or not they can use it properly. You know, there's a lot of value in a Rift Herald if you're actually able to execute. If you set up your team to rotate all at the same time and follow the push, that's around 2 to 3 towers easy with the damage that she brings.
Heise will be joining up towards top again. I'm wondering if they're going to try to further push this turret. Looks like that will the case. Take note, Rift Herald is up, although Heise not going to spawn it just yet. This turret, considering it is low, not necessarily needing to waste that Rift Herald, so looks like just going to auto attack, knowing very well that they could easily take it without needing to take advantage of their buff there towards topside. And just like that, first turret will get taken by Mega Esports, but of course traded off for an Infernal Drake by Archangel.
Yeah, so I guess that is the trade across the map. It will be the first turret of the game going over to Mega, but Infernal Drake on the side of Archangel means that in terms of damage share scaling will be a bit better compared to Mega.
Rock's lingering towards the spot lane though, but of course Secret Has a feeling there's something up. Just lingering under, well, not necessarily under, but within easy range of his turret. Archangel, of course, going to maneuver into the jungle of Mega Esports once again. Heise gonna find that his blue buff has already been taken. Gonna go revert back to taking those wolves there. Sneaky from Archangel.
You get that tense feeling, Arctic, where Archangel's actually playing super controlled. We're not used to it.
Ish, actually. I think, just really
Oh,
a bit more
no!
safer, but the bullet onto Heise. Lamster's fight gonna be coming in. It's a full barrage of damage. Teleport already coming in, but a little bit too late for the party. Trevor gonna take down Heise. Warlock, can he make things happen here? Knockup gonna go straight in onto Zencho. Zencho forced to flash away, but look at the numbers dwindling one by one from Mega Esports. It's only Warlock and What the Just that survived. 3-0 so far in favor of Archangel. Can they go for more? Let's go ahead and see.
Yeah, that's a 3-0 in favor of the Filipino squad. They get the picks that they need. Heise was spotting the Rift Herald in not the best area. They lose the value off of that objective. Big win for Archangel. They break the mid lane tower of Mega Esports. Can they go for more? There's the channel.
Rock's going to cancel out the retreat from both Warlock and What the Just. Warlock going to be going Mega Gnar form. Couldn't really go for any sets there, though. Just going to allow Ivalice and Rox to make their way out of there. But yes, definitely a victory for Archangel. I'd love to see what happened there. That was pretty darn good.
Oh. Wishes answered. Right, here comes the replay. Now, Heise said this is a very greedy Rift Herald. You have vision. Immediately you get blown up, but the moment you come out of Lamb Respite, it's very easy for the members of Arcade to just pick on you. Now, Secret gets blown up by Zencho. I think gets ulted here by the way after the flash away. Golden Fleet still not enough items on the Kaisa to shred the members of Arcade. So big 3-0 win for Archangel.
That was so unfortunate for Heise. Not the best positioning to have spawned that Rift Herald. And just like that, wasn't even able to utilize it in any way. Might have wanted to spawn it from a safer distance, but of course, in Archangel's case, gonna gladly capitalize on that mistake.
Yeah, you lose all the value of taking that Rift Herald if you're not able to spawn it. Now, Trevor is walking up. He doesn't see that Heise is in this bush.
Oh, gonna knock himself into two members of Mega Esports trying to flee away. Look at all that damage. 3 members of Mega Esports. What the Just rendezvousing with the rest of it. And of course, easy takedown onto the mid lane of Archangel.
And Trevor really doesn't like that bush.
No, not
I've
at
seen
all.
a lot of times he's face checked and died into that. Now Heise is in trouble. No ultimate on the Kindred.
Yeah, Rock's gonna go straight in for the dive onto Heise, though very, very low. That's gonna be the kill, but still another casualty onto the side of Archangel. 2 for 1 so far. Looks like a 1v1 happening towards the bottom side of the map. Ivalice flashing in, greedy, really wanting in onto Warlock. Take note, double kill did happen towards that top side. Still further pursuit happening between Ivalice and Warlock. Can he go for it though? Warlock playing it a little bit more safer. Distancia, amigo. Oh, but go straight in for the dive once again. Warlock gonna try to jump away, but no, Ivalice with another dash himself gets the kill.
Warlock's a greedy boy right there. No reason to walk up. Irelia has enough mobility to close the gap against Gnar. And Arctic, consider that Irelia is a legacy counter pick to the Gnar when he's in the squishy form, when he's not in Mega Gnar. Ivalice can easily take a 1v1 against the top laner of Mega Esports. And after that, Archangel gonna take their second outer tier turret of this game.
That is the double-edged sword that Warlock is working with right now, maneuvering this Gnar pick. So far, we haven't really seen Warlock manage to at least find an instance where he could really utilize the Mega Gnar going up against Archangel in not even necessarily big team fights. Could have at least even those pickups right there. And so far, from these past few minutes, it seems that Archangel really starting to build up right here. I'm liking the consistency.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of greedy moves, Arctic, on the side of Mega Esports. Initially, that Rift Herald in the mid lane, but after that, Warlock walking up to the Irelia, so Mega has to keep it in check. They're allowing Archangel to punish them too many times. Now, here comes the push top lane. It's only Warlock here to defend. Note that he doesn't have Flash.
Looks like that's going to be the pull-in going on to Warlock. A lot of members of Archangel really wanting in on that missing link, and down he goes. It's actually Zencho that gets the kill, and it also leads to an easy take on that turret towards topside for Archangel. Of course, they could easily go for more. Looks like mission abort for Mega Esports in that bot lane, because Archangel all the more interested in taking a hell lot more from the side of Mega Esports. Here comes 3 members right now. Teleport is up for Ivalice, so could go for a response in case they do push for a fight. Looks like that won't be the case. Archangel with the discipline gonna be No, but wait, what is this, man?
It's what the Jazz!
Surprise! Gonna get slowed down right there. Chomp coming in from Nyx to Archangel. They're gonna use the stun zone to prevent any further pursuit where Mega Esports tries to get a hold. Not gonna be the best case right there. Rock's gonna get a pull in onto What the Just. Trevor tries to follow up. Luckily, What the Just manages to make it out of there. Golden Feet dives in to get a few hits then and there, but still no further.
Who's baiting who?
Just yet. Next, okay, uses the pillar, gonna spot out Secret there. Still, Mega Esports, they were spotted out by that nearly dying ward from Archangel, so that's the saving grace right there. But both sides back away from him.
Trinket Ward is the real MVP, but now Infernal Drake is spawning. Archangel were able to safely walk towards this area. They have numbers advantage of 5 men strong. We're gonna take a free Infernal Drake.
That is gonna be a pain in the hiney for Mega Esports. 2 Infernal Drakes, my friend. That is 2 Infernal Drakes. And if you're gonna look at what Archangel has across the board, they are gonna hurt like there's no tomorrow.
Fire, a champion who scales with basic ability power. Woo, with 2 Infernal Drakes. Third one's Ocean though, bummer. You can give that over to Mega Esports and Archangel wouldn't care. Doesn't deal damage for their team, but yeah, Archangel are playing very controlled, very methodical. That's one way I would describe it. They've been playing super safe and rotating around the map pretty cleanly throughout this game. Mega Esports, where does the setup arrive? We know that once a team fight does happen, Secret has been quietly farming on this Yasuo. Does have the Phantom Dancer completed, but no Infinity Edge yet. Remember, there are a lot of high impact ults on the side of Mega Esports if a 5v5 does arrive. Warlock has had the best timing on his Mega Gnar.
Yeah, we have to take into account that even with Archangel definitely having the heavier numbers in terms of turrets taken, in terms of dragons, you always have to go back to that goal difference because it could be deceiving when you see all these high numbers, but Mega Esports still managing to keep up in other aspects. Looks like Archangel though gonna get a pull in onto What the Just. Not gonna press the issue though, just gonna try to get a few hits onto that turret, not really looking for a fight just yet. It's going to be pretty explosive, though, if ever we do see a next fight break out. Zentral going to zone away the members of Mega Esports, preventing them to go for the defense. Try to pull in Warlock into the zone earlier, but won't be the case. This could be dangerous, though. Warlock already nearing Mega Gnar status. Archangel looks like Warlock won't try to go for any sets, though. Will just back away. Stun zone was up for Zentral. Take note of positioning from Ivos, though. Is pushing towards top side. Still hasn't used that teleport from the last line we saw on the last team fight where Archangel won. So if ever a team fight breaks out, there's still opportunities for Ivos to respond, but What the Just takes a bit of damage right there. Great hold coming in from Archangel. This is the creativity I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, the Mega Gnar will wear off there. Archangel are confident to push up. The siege setup for them is very easy. You just place the E from the Veigar, and there's no real person to have ranged wave clear on the side of Mega. So here comes a turn from Ivos.
Is he gonna go full commit though? Take note, Nixa is already making his way towards the top side. What the Just. Stand United will come in to prevent any further pursuit from Ivos. But looks like Archangel intent on trying to get the takedown right there. Tries to trap Secret. Unfortunately for Archangel, Flash was up for him, so he makes it out A-okay. But Mega Esports are trying to go for a defense right here, not wanting to give up this second turret in the mid lane under any circumstances.
Now Archangel are respecting the Mega Gnar, the possibility of that big ultimate landing onto them. So they're just gonna back off, wait for it to time out. Gonna go back to Mini Gnar. Now they can step forward. Where do we see the fight? Comes Rox.
Oh, looks like they're gonna go straight at it. Rox taking quite a bit of damage right there. Not the best spread there from Mega Esports. A lot of members getting stunned by the zone of Zensho. This turret not going to be long of this world though, but I'm wondering, is Mega Esports going to try to push for the takedown because numbers are complete for Zensho? That's going to be the stun right there. That's going to be the time for Archangel to go in onto the fight. So looking very well, kept alive by the Lambs respite. Messy fight that we're seeing here, but numbers are equal right now for Mega Esports. Looks like they're going to try to turn for Rox, but look at that. Nyx going to get the kill onto Golden Feet. 3 members left from Mega Esports. Warlock gets locked down by the stun from Zensho. That's going to be the pillar to slow him down all the more from this game. Nyx going to chomp onto him, but Zensho going to get the kill now on a killing spree. Look at that, ladies and gents. 1 for 3 in favor of Archangel. As we Filipinos say, that was pretty rapsa.
Yeah, that's a big win for Archangel. They look poised to take this Baron. Nobody on the side of Mega Esports to challenge. Heise is way far. That was pretty rapsa, in my opinion, Arctic.
For our international viewers out there, rapsa roughly translates to yummy or delicious, but let's check out this replay right here.
Yeah, so this is Zensho taking matters into his own hands. And we did mention the pillar into the stun. Even though the Lamb's fight lands, all the damage already comes out. Everyone's super low after it actually comes out. The Knight from Trevor took him down, took the Yasuo down before he could ult Zensho, even if the knockup landed. Golden Feet dying means there's no way that Mega could win this fight. Mega and are not using the best manner to disengage. Warlock does go down here, and this leads to the Baron, of course, being taken by Archangel.
Man, I don't know what is it with these Filipino teams and entering the second day for the respective groups, but Archangel definitely coming off way better than what we saw. Miles better, for sure, from their initial day 2 performance.
Yeah, but Rocks just press a stopwatch.
Oopsie daisy.
Happens to everyone.
Yep, not the first time I saw it.
I'm looking at his inventory, and his control wards were right next to a stopwatch. And sometimes you could fat finger that. It's very, very easy.
Yeah, I have that problem myself sometimes. Yeah, your finger kind of lingers around what you thought was a 4, go for a 3 or 5 on a 4. But let's see this here. With the Baron buff, looks like Archangel will easily manage to topple down the inner turret. I'm wondering, can they go for more though? Still, Ivalice hasn't used this teleport, so could easily just go for the split towards bot side. But Warlock, oh no! Easily gets pulled in by Archangel. Easy annihilation as well. This is going to be massive for Archangel. They could actually potentially go for a finish here. Very heavy death timer onto Warlock. 28 seconds on the clock. Archangel, though, looks like they're going to play the safer out here. Going to make a transition towards this bot lane. So not wanting to press the issue too much. Again, like we mentioned, discipline has been an issue for some of the teams, and I'm loving the discipline that Archangel is exhibiting right now.
Yeah, and Warlock not having the best game on the Gnar. Unfortunately, is the victim of that very creative thing that Archangel did. They used the Trundle player to put him back through the wall. Now the stun. There's no real way Secret could deal with this. Oh my god!
Oh my goodness, the full collapse coming in from Archangel Secret. Kept alive by the Lamb's Respite, but will it be enough though? Tries to dash in for more kills. Shutdown coming in from Warlock though. Members of Archangel are dwindling 1.1. Heavier numbers coming in from Mega Esports. Nyx are gonna try to get the chomp onto Golden Feet. One more. Unfortunately, not enough range there. Zensho gonna try to walk away as the only surviving member of Archangel. Can you survive though, my friend? Luckily, he does manage to walk away. Mega Esports knowing very well that he could get held down by the stun from Zensho. Not gonna pursue any further, but that was definitely a great defense coming in from the Thai squad.
Yeah, good job by Mega Esports. They hold on. That was a bit too greedy by Archangel. Now we're gonna get to see a replay of what exactly went down in that fight, and I do believe Zensho walks forward and tries to burst down Secret here, but the positioning is not quite there. The tower is still alive on the side of Mega. And note that the Lamb's Respite doesn't allow the Yasuo to get taken. He's still able to dish out the damage that he needs. And in an extended fight where Archangel doesn't blow up a single target, the team that has the Kai'Sa instantly win. Double marksman on their side means that there's a massive DPS advantage, and that's basically why Mega Esports are able to defend their base.
Not necessarily on the same page there, Archangel, but nonetheless, even with 4 members down in that last fight, you still can't deny that there's still a lot of room that they can work with. They did take down that inhibitor earlier in the mid lane. It all really comes down to what they can go for next, and so long as they don't surrender any more fights that otherwise goes in Mega Esports' favor, because Mega Esports, this is one of the teams that you know that if this game goes later on, if Archangel allows it to prolong into later minutes, and there's a team fight that Archangel loses out on wherein their death timers are massive, that could be the ticket for Mega Esports to go for a massive comeback in this game.
Yeah, in terms of long team fights, I definitely have to favor Mega Esports, but if Archangel are able to find a few picks with the champions that we've seen them use the picks on, especially the Vigar, so different scenarios here for both teams. I don't want to count out Archangel because their team isn't going to fall off. Vigar will have infinitely scaling damage, but it's about how he necessarily puts down that damage. It's more of burst compared to the DPS of Mega Esports. They're walking forward once more. The Vigor Stun is still a massive issue. Zen's gonna put it there. He's gonna hit the tower a few times. Where is the engage?
Oh, Heise forced the blast to Lancer fight once again. What the Jess in the front line. Archangel trying to go for a full barrage right here. What the Jess unfortunately will be going down. This might be it for Mega Esports. Gonna be the pull in onto Warlock. Warlock tries to jump his way out of there, but no, my friend. Archangel gonna be taking you down. 5 members still up and kicking for the Philippine squad right here. 3 members on the defense for Mega Esports. Can they do it though? Numbers aren't looking in their favor right now. That's gonna be the pillar going on to Secret. Are they gonna turn onto him? Rox manages to pull him in. That's gonna be 4 members focusing onto him. 2-man going to the ultimate of the Yasuo, but of course Golden Feet gonna try to do what he can to take down at least a few more members of Archangel, but that won't be the case. That is gonna be the ace. Ladies and gents, Team Philippines gonna come off big in what seems to be a second victory for them in their last salvation for the group stage, and that's a good done deal. Congratulations, Archangel gonna be taking it against Mega Esports. Well played. Such a great name.
Yeah, big win for Archangel. They take down the second seeds of Thailand, Mega Esports. They were pretty much controlled throughout that entire game, Martin. And I have to say, the Vegar pick really paid off for them. I feel like Mega weren't ready for how oppressive could that be, because you saw the event horizons from Zencho. I did mention he was very proficient on the champion. They show you right there. The results are definitely looking good for the Filipino fans.
Yup, as expected right there off of that Viger from Zencho. But you know what, Archangel, that was a lot of decisiveness that came from them. Decisiveness that, when making these plays, luckily led them to success. Most of the pickups that they tried to go for really worked out for them. But you have to look at the flip side right here. What do you think went wrong for Mega Esports, wherein they kind of slowed down as the minutes went by?
I also feel like the draft didn't exactly have the tools to deal with the Viger, because the siege setup was incredibly easy for Archangel. Just put the stun. Nobody's allowed to walk up because most of their champions are melee, and either the Kindred or the Kai, so they easily just get blown up, and the moment you can't deal with a Viger pick, you're basically screwed for the rest of the game.
Oh man, that was such a shame. But you gotta hand it to Archangel right there. Looks like even with the odds kind of against them right now, with their chance of qualifying for playoffs heavily depending on how Bigatron Esports performs as well, I guess we'll just have to see. Team making the most out of it. But for the meantime, looks like we'll be heading for a quick break right now. Once again, we'd like to thank everybody that is tuned in right now to the English international broadcast of Globe Conquerors Manila. We have been your casters. I'm Arctic, with me is Chisto, and this is the final day of the group stage for Globe Conquerors Manila. See you guys for game number 4. Actually, I think, just really a bit more safer, but the bowling onto Heise. Lambs just gonna be coming in. It's a full barrage of damage. Teleport already coming in, but a little bit into late for the party. Trevor gonna take down Heise. Warlock, can he make things happen here? Knockup gonna go straight in onto Zencho. Neds are forced to flash away, but look at the numbers dwindling one by one from Mega Esports. It's only Warlock and what the Just that survived. 3-0 so far in favor of Archangel. Can they go for more? Let's go ahead and see takedown, because numbers are complete for Zencho. That's gonna be the stun right there. That's gonna be the time for Archangel to go in onto the fight. So keep it looking very well, kept alive by the Lambs respite. Messy fight that we're seeing here, but numbers are equal right now for Mega Esports. Looks like they're going to try to turn for Rocks, but look at that. Nixa going to get the kill onto Golden Feet. 3 members left from Mega Esports. Warlock gets locked down by the stun from Zencho. That's going to be the pillar to slow him down all the more from this game. Nixa going to chomp onto him, but Zencho going to get the kill now on a killing spree. Look at that, ladies and gents. 1 for 3.
Well, now the stun. There's no real way Secret could deal with this. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. The full collapse coming in from Archangel Secret. Kept alive by the Lambs respite, but will it be enough though? Tries to dash in for more kills. Shutdown coming in from Warlock though. Members of Archangel are dwindling 1-1. Heavier numbers coming in from Mega Esports. Nixa gonna try to get the chomp onto Golden Feet. 1 more. Unfortunately, not enough range there. Zencho gonna try to walk away as the only surviving member of Archangel. Can he survive the wait for Barrage right here? What the Jess unfortunately will be going down. This might be it for Mega Esports. Gonna be the pull in onto Warlock. Warlock tries to jump his way out of there, but no, my friend. Archangel gonna be taking you down. 5 members still up and kicking for the Philippine squad right here. 3 members on the defense for Mega Esports. Can they do it though? Numbers aren't looking in their favor right now. That's going to be the pillar going on to Secret. Are they going to turn onto him? Rox manages to pull him in. That's going to be 4 members focusing onto him. 2-man going to the ultimate of the Yasuo, but of course Golden Feet going to try to do what he can to take down at least a few more members of Archangel, but that won't be the case. That is going to be the ace. Ladies and gents, Team Philippines going to come off big in what seems to be a second victory for them in their last salvation for the group stage, and that's a good done deal. Congratulations, Archangel going to be taking it against Mega Esports. Well played. Such a great name.
Yeah, big win for Archangel. They take down the second seed of Thailand,